What is the vagus nerve and why should you care? Well, this is what we are going to talk about today, and if you have anxiety, this is really something you should discover. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. As a former anxiety sufferer, my goal with this channel is to make hundreds of videos with all kinds of tools and tricks on how to cope with anxiety. So, if anxiety is something that you struggle with, consider subscribing. Click on the little bell icon and let's get going. The word vagus is the Latin word for wandering, so the vagus nerve basically means the wandering nerve, and this is somewhat appropriate as the vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve you have, and it wanders down the body all the way from your brainstem down to parts of your colon. Stay sharp here because now it gets interesting. You see, the vagus nerve is part of your parasympathetic nervous system. Your whole autonomic nervous system is divided into two twin brothers, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. To put it very simply, the sympathetic part is responsible for your fight, flight and freeze mechanism, and the parasympathetic part is responsible for calming you down. Now they do have a lot more functions, but let's keep it simple here by saying one is kind of like your body's gas pedal, while the other one is like the brake pedal. Now here's the deal. The sympathetic part and the parasympathetic part should be in balance for optimal health. But if you have issues with anxiety, then your parasympathetic part could be underactive. And here comes a few questions to check this. Does it take a long time for you to calm down after a stressful situation? Do you recover slowly after your workouts? And of course, do you have anxiety? Well, if so, your parasympathetic nervous system is probably weak. Well, most people with anxiety issues are weak in the parasympathetic part. And by stimulating the vagus nerve, we can help shift that balance and thus make our anxiety better. And here comes 10 ways to activate the vagus nerve. Number 1. Splash your face with cold water. Go to the bathroom and splash your face with cold water a few times a day. Now this sounds funny, but it actually triggers the vagus nerve. Number 2. Take a long walk. They don't even need to be intense. Just a normal walk for about 50 to 60 minutes will stimulate your vagus nerve. It's not unpleasant and most people can do it. Number 3. Eat more potassium and magnesium. Eat lots of green leafy vegetables to make sure you get plenty of potassium and magnesium, because those will help activate your vagus nerve. Avocados are also rich in potassium, so why not make a habit out of regularly eating those as well? You could also take supplements. This is something I do myself every now and then, but if you load up on the greens, you really don't need to. How to trigger the vagus nerve? Number 4. Sing low notes. Sing low notes with your mouth closed. You will get the best effects if you can find a note that resonates in a way that you feel it in your lips, like a tingly sensation. When you find such a note, keep singing it for a couple of minutes. The resonance and vibration activates your vagus nerve. Just close your lips and sing on the letter M. Om. Okay, I digress. Number 5. Social interaction. Now, this only works if you are an extrovert. So right there it eliminates about 50% of the population, myself included. Social interactions. Oh, boy. Well, anyway, let's move on right away, shall we? The fact is that for extroverts, it really does trigger the vagus nerve. Number 6. Gently touch your lips. Your lips have parasympathetic fibers spread throughout them, so touching them actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Take 1 or 2 fingers and lightly run them over your lips. Now, if you have a partner, I guess you could always, use your own imagination here. Okay, vagus nerve stimulation for anxiety. Number 7. Sunlight. Yes, this is no surprise really. I always feel better outside on a beautiful day, and there are of course many reasons for this, but the vagus nerve is more active when you get some sun on your skin, so that's probably one big reason why. Tip number 8. Laughter. Yes, laughter is healthy in every way, and it also triggers your vagus nerve. Now, here I really don't have any suggestions on how to achieve a good laugh, because I don't really know you, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Perhaps you could, look at yourself naked in the mirror or something. Sorry about that. Moving on. How to trigger the vagus nerve. Number 9. Eat probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast that are good for you, especially good for your digestive system. You could take them as a supplement, but I think it's even better to just eat a lot of sauerkraut. This is so good for your gut bacteria, and it will also trigger your vagus nerve. Remember, the vagus nerve goes all the way down to parts of your colon. Tip number 10. Slow breathing. Yeah, you probably saw this one coming, right? But if you breathe slowly and deeply and making your exhale longer than your inhale, it will kickstart the vagus nerve. Personally, I like 4 seconds in and 6 seconds out. Okay, so do these on a regular basis and you will get a more active vagus nerve, and hopefully your anxiety levels will come down as a result. But remember, you have to do them regularly, and you may have to keep doing them for some time before they start paying dividend. Now that said, if you are impatient and you want to try something really effective for anxiety right now, then faster solutions do exist. There is this natural product that I sometimes use myself, and within moments notice a drastic reduction in my anxiety levels. And this is a product that I can highly recommend for anyone who are struggling with anxiety. It actually works really well for anxiety. I talk more about exactly what that product is in a blog post I wrote a while back. And so for more info on this, then click the link under this video right now where it says blog post, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Alright, this is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today, and as always I wish you all the best in your journey to become the strongest version of yourself. And remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.